It's here. It's here, boys. How long have we been waiting for this card? Islam versus JDM is finally here. We get to see Islam move up to welterweight, try to get that second title, boys. And this card is just stacked. Absolutely stacked. We basically have the whole welterweight division on this card. Sean Brady, Michael Morales, Leon Edwards, and Carlos Prates. We have everybody here. This is essentially everybody besides Ian Gary and Bilal, which is like next week, I think. All right, but this is one of the best cards of the year, boys. Absolutely stacked. Bogdan Susakarov, Hamzat Chimaev's training partner, the guy who beat up my homeboy Eric Noland in his last fight, is on this card. We got Tracy Cortez. You know that her weigh-in picture is going to go insane. Roman Kopylov versus RoboCop. Boys, there are so many good fights on here. And my op, Bo Nickel, all right? Look, we're Bo Nickel haters over here. We're going to go through all of it. Welcome to the UFC 322 preview video. We're previewing UFC 322 over here. Now, look, we're going to start with the main event. You guys should already know who I'm leaning. I'm going JDM. Very heavy on JDM. Now, look, Islam is moving up to a 15 pounds heavier division, moving up to welterweight from lightweight, from 155 to 175. Yes, JDM and Islam are almost the same height. JDM has a 2.5 inch reach advantage over Islam Makhachev. I'm pretty sure he has an inch height advantage over Islam Makhachev. But boys, Islam struggled against a smaller, shorter, less rangier, less stronger, less weight advantaged, worse takedown defense, Dustin Poirier, who had one hip and one ACL, coming off of an ACL injury. By the way, Dustin going into the Islam fight was 1-1 in his last two and 2-2 in his last four. He didn't deserve that Islam fight, not even at all. But he still took Islam to the 5th round. Habib, who is, the coach of Islam Makhachev, took Dustin to the 3rd. A 5 years younger Dustin Poirier, who is arguably in the height of his career, in the height of his prime. Right? JDM is new. Who has JDM beat? Like, you went to a split decision with Kevin Holland, and you kind of got tossed around by Gilbert Burns for a little bit. But look, that Bilal fight put some real hope into my heart, some real copium into my veins that we're going to be seeing the fall of Islam Makhachev. JDM's training partners are Volkanovski. Volkanovski fought Islam Makhachev closely, by the way. I will still scream that was a robbery, for 25 minutes. So JDM has a training partner who has felt his opponent, know what his opponent does in certain positions and what he likes to do for 25 minutes. By the way, also has Craig Jones as a jiu-jitsu coach, one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the whole wide world. By the way, Islam couldn't hold down Volk, a small 145er. Couldn't submit him either, by the way. Yeah, sure, he knocked him out in the second fight, but we're not talking about that. It was on short notice, right? So if Islam couldn't submit a small, less strong, less ranger, worse takedown defense percentage Volk, by my math, he's not doing JDM like that. JDM is the younger fighter. Look at the nose. His nose is more crooked. He's been in more squabbles, all right? Now, the pictures that are coming out of Islam Makhachev doing, like, his weight back into 175, like him looking buff, looking a little terrifying. Looking very steroid-ish, if you ask me. But I'm not worried at all. JDM is going to take this decision viciously. The judges are going to viciously hand out a 50-45 decision for JDM. I see this going exactly like the Bilal fight. JDM's going to keep him at range and stuff the takedowns. Islam's not going to be able to do anything on the feet and get frustrated and get pieced up. He's going to get more gashed than he was in the Dustin fight. By the way, you look like you came out of a horror movie in the Dustin fight. Big-ass gash on your forehead, but we're going JDM. Plus 200 is absolutely absurd. I wish it was plus 500, the way that everybody rides Islam Makhachev's poll, but plus 200, it being that close of a line, should show you guys how serious some people are about JDM winning this belt. Hey, I mean, well, he already has the belt, about how serious JDM is retaining the belt. Now, if Islam loses, what happens to Islam? Hopefully, he stays in welterweight, fights Sean Brady, right, who is on the same card as him, and will beat Michael Morales. We'll get to Sean Brady in a second. And then Sean Brady ragdolls Islam Makhachev on the White House card, and that's it. Like, yes, I am hoping for Islam versus Ilya, but if Islam goes out there and gets trashed by JDM, we are not seeing Islam versus Ilya. Nobody cares for that. You are now a loser, going back down to 155 to fight somebody who we know is going to decimate you. I am not interested in that anymore. All right, boys, so I am very, very excited for this fight. We're going to be putting at least 400 smackaroos, 300 smackaroos on JDM. Please, brother. Please. The most amount of money I ever bet on somebody was Volkanovski in the Volk versus Islam fight, and I cried. I'm a grown-ass man, and I cried, all right? Moving on, boys. We have 2 title fights on this card. Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Weili. Now, look. I'm not a women's MMA watcher, but I will be watching this fight, and I am going Zhang Weili. Zhang Weili is an animal Chinese savage, okay? Not really much to say in terms of breaking down this fight. Again, it is women's MMA, and I do not watch women's MMA, but we'll watch this one, though. The co-main event, the actual co-main event, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. Sean Brady versus... Now, look, if you guys think that Michael Morales has the slightest bit of a chance, you are mistaken. You are absolutely mistaken, and I think you might need to go get some mental assistance, okay? Because Michael Morales, yes, he did beat up Gilbert Burns, but how many people? All beat up Gilbert. Everybody has beat up Gilbert Burns at this point. You know, all right. I'm saying that while our main event got low-key thrashed by Gilbert Burns, but it's okay. Michael Morales is fighting Sean Brady. Sean Brady is coming off of beating up Leon Edwards, who is literally the fight before him. Why are these guys all on the same card? Okay. They were like, fuck it, nobody's pulling out of this main event. Nobody. We have 4 backup fighters for the main event. They don't give a fuck, all right? Now, look. Sean Brady is coming off of thrashing Leon Edwards. He made Leon Edwards look like an untrained toddler in the octagon. It was not good. I am a Leon Edwards fan. That was a tough watch. I considered burning my Leon Edwards merch after that. My reaction to that fight is actually on this channel, okay? What comes around goes around. We finally made it to a point, and we are in our rookie year of this MMA YouTube shit, and we're finally coming back around to see our reactions come to haunt us, okay? But Sean Brady whooped Leon Edwards. Now, how I see this fight going is Sean Brady taking Michael Morales down, holding him down, and viciously ground and pounding him until Michael Morales begs for mercy or screams uncle. Okay, we are going Sean Brady. I need to see a Sean Brady versus Islam Makhachev at the White House card. That's what I want. That's what I need. Moving on, boys. Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates, the cigarette chain smoking dude from the Fighting Nerds, coming off of a loss, is now fighting the former champion Leon Edwards, roadman, who is also coming off of 2 losses. Now, Leon's losses were way more vicious and embarrassing than anything that Carlos Prates has ever experienced in the octagon, so we're just going to keep an eye on that. But I am hoping for a Leon Edwards career resurgence. Absolutely, I am. Now, if we look at Leon's last 2 losses, which were Bilal and Sean Brady, they were both wrestler-heavy fighters. They took him down, they held him down, they ground and pounded him, and Leon didn't know how to get back up. He had a lot of trouble getting back up, and Carlos Prates hopefully isn't going to do that. I mean, we saw what happened to Marcio Ruffy. Those Fighting Nerds are not training grappling. They're not doing sprawl. They're not doing sprawling drills. They're not doing They're not doing anything over there. They're just doing spinning wheel kicks and shit like that, all right? Leon Edwards hopefully can outpoint Carlos Prates. I know Carlos Prates is a little bit of a height advantage and a reach advantage here, but I know that Leon Edwards is a more talented striker than Carlos Prates is. He's been in the game longer, has fought some more disciplined fighters than Carlos Prates has, and I'm going Leon here. I'm really coping and hoping that we see a Leon Edwards for a resurgence. Now, the fight that nobody has asked for is Beneil Dariush versus BSD. I am so, anti-BSD, it's not even funny. I think bro is garbage. I think BSD is hot trash, hot tomato juice. All right, I don't like BSD. We will be going Beneil Dariush, even though, if we're being honest, Beneil has, no fans, all right? His resume is wacky, and his chin is scary. It's Beneil is like a wobbler at best, all right? But we're going to be going Beneil because I don't trust Benoit Saint-Denis. I wouldn't even turn my back on Benoit. I don't trust bro at all. Bo Nickel. They moved Bo Nickel from the main card. Thank you. Nobody wanted to see that. Now, do I have Bo Nickel losing? Oh, absolutely. Now, I'm honestly really proud of myself because I haven't even moved to Tapology this whole time recording. We've just been kind of yapping about everything, but I have everything up. And Bo Nickel is fighting Rodolfo Vieira, 11-3, coming off of beating up trained Sean Gore, but then has a loss to Andre Petroski. All right? But choked out Derek Brunson and beat up Armand Petrosian, all right? And beat up Cody Brundage, choked him out in round 2. He is a grappler. He is a wrestler. He's a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Bo Nickel does not like fighting. He does not like going through it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. He does not like going through it, bro. That RDR knees to the body really showed us who Bo Nickel was, all right? And then and the RDR quitting on the stool against Brandon Allen. I mean, how bad is RDR? How good is Brandon Allen? And then how trash is Bo Nickel? These are all things we need to have in consideration. But I'm extremely biased here. I don't like Bo Nickel. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I think he is garbage. I think he's an asshole. I think he's very conceited. And I think I personally could whoop his ass, all right? I would knee him in the belly, punch him in the belly. That's like the whole game plan here. And I would like kick him in his legs, all right? I would do really painful shit. I would feel like I would out-grit Bo Nickel, okay? That's what I'm going to hope is going to go down over here, all right? And we're going to go with Bo Nickel losing, all right? I don't care if they have him against a 5-year-old. I will be hoping the 5-year-old finds a way to win, okay? Bo Nickel's going down at UFC 322. It's not even close. Not even going to be fair. This fight is the fight that I'm honestly shocked is not on the main card. This fight should be on the main card. Roman Kopylov versus RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez. Roman Kopylov is coming off of getting beat up by Paulo Costa. I don't really know how quick of a turnaround that is for him. Seems pretty quick. We haven't even seen Paulo Costa fight yet, but okay. RoboCop is honestly just a terrifying man. Dude is giant, scary, bald, hairless, looks like a freak, all right? That dude is a freak of nature. You don't want to run into that dude at the gym, in an alley, in a bar. You don't want to run into Gregory Rodriguez nowhere. But Roman Kopylov signed the contract, but Roman also looked like an interactive heavy bag. He looked like a heavy bag that was just synced up to follow you around in the octagon to practice your footwork, you know what I mean? Against Paulo Costa. Roman did not look good at all against Paulo Costa, and it was kind of an embarrassing outing. We're going to go Gregory Rodriguez here. Money line. I would say KO, TKO, but Roman got the chin. Roman got the chin of a god, and Gregory Rodriguez has some nice cardio. He did beat up Jared Cannonier viciously for 15 minutes and then got the tides turned on him. Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. You know, the quitter Aaron Blanchfield versus the sugar mama Tracy Cortez. I'm going to go with Tracy Cortez, all right? You know, your Aaron Blanchfield is quitting in the back of main events for the Apex and not showing up. I think we're going Tracy Cortez here. Bogdan Suskarov, Khamzat Chimaev's training partner. Dude is coming off of... Oh, wait a minute. This fight's not even on... Oh, it is. Tapology just has the order all shot out and shit like that. But yeah, Bogdan Suskarov, right, is coming off of beating up Eric Nolan. Shout out to Eric Nolan, friend of a friend of the channel, boys. Cannot believe they did Eric Nolan like this, but it was a close fight. He is fighting another Eric Mikonyo. All right, now Eric Mikonyo is coming off of beating up Cody Brundage, split decision, but he got knocked out by Nusalam Ruzabiniyov, all right? Not really a good look. I'm going to go Bogdan Suskarov. I really don't think that there is that much of a discrepancy there. I don't think you guys are going to really be questioning why I'm going Bogdan there, you know what I mean? We're just going to scroll past all these fights for a second because on the UFC 322 graphic, this fight is missing. There is no Viacheslav Borshchev on this poster at all. But when I go to Tapology, Viacheslav Borshchev is making his return from his loss against Terrence McKinney, which was sickening. He's returning to fight Matheus Camilo. If you look at his Tapology picture, yes, he is stuffing his hand into a lion's mouth. Okay. This guy is coming off of a loss against Gabe Green, got choked out in the second round, so you just have the losers battling it out. Of course, I will be going Viacheslav Borshchev without any question. Malcolm Wellmaker is also on this card, boys. We're looking forward to seeing Malcolm Wellmaker come out here. He looked disgusting in his last fight, but to be fair, they gave him Chris Montinho, which is the dude who got signed to just be an interactive punching bag for Sean O'Malley. So this guy he's fighting is coming off of choking out a dude named Billy Brand in the Contender Series, and they beat up a dude named Dan Artugia. I'm heavy on Malcolm Wellmaker, bro. Looks great. Looks tuned up. Looks very coiled in his stance. Like he has a lot of power ready to unload. We're going, bro. This card, absolutely fantastic, by the way. I cannot wait. This is going to be straight cinema. Absolute cinema. I will be live streaming the main card. The main card will be live streamed on this channel, on TikTok. You guys can see my reaction to the whole main card. I hope everybody has a good one. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what's going on. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. And, and I'm really sorry I didn't post my box of the week for this weekend. I had a little bit of stuff going on. I wanted to make sure I had all of my content lined up for UFC 322, and we're starting that right now. Peace out, guys.